Coach Esther, Book 006. Find the One. How to Attract and Keep Anyone You Want. When I was a kid, I always believed I could have anything I wanted. I was raised with so much love and acceptance that I had become a very confident young lady when I started to think about guys. It was not just confidence either. My dad always told me how smart and beautiful I am, and I truly believed him. I knew he would not lie to me. I had a very good relationship with my dad, great even. I could tell him anything because I knew he would never judge me. And I listened to his stories about how he met my mom, how much he loved my mom, and how we were the two most important people in his life. He told me about how men think and what kind of women men are attracted to and for what reasons. He always told me I could have any man if I just wanted. And I believed him. I believed every word he said because he was so honest and real to me. He really respected and loved me. Many people say that a dad is probably a girl's first love, but the level of authenticity of that relationship has to be noted. Even as a child, I needed realness, real respect, real honest truth about men, about relationships, what men find attractive and what they do not, but most importantly, what would I find attractive, and if I ever wanted a man. And as a kid, I thought that most people think like this, but after being a relationship coach for years, I have realized that many people do not even start here at the very beginning. The very beginning, and that is you, who you are, real, authentic self, not who you would want to be or who others would like you to be, but you, true, real you. What are you attracted to? What would the most honest you like to have in a partner? What would you need? What are your needs that would need to be met? And how would you like them to be met? Dream a little. If you could have it all, what would you need? What would you want? How would you imagine the perfect relationship? True romance, real, authentic partnership, sweet thing, love, harmony, good team, compatibility, fun, great teamwork. If you could have it, what would you like? How would you like to be treated? How would you like to be spoken to? How would you like to be spoken about when you are not present? It is very similar to the ideas about money I wrote in my book 002, How to Always Have Money, where I have wrote down simple steps that can help anyone who needs it. So first step I would say would be to think about your relationship with your parents and the relationship you saw them have. It is very important in both if you would like to have a similar relationship in your future or if you would like to have something even very different. You can have it all. Life is a magical masterpiece and we are each our own life's artist, editor, and a writer. You create your own future. Even if the future is tomorrow, you create it. If you do not love the current script, you are free to rewrite it at any time to what would more suit you. I have always operated from the perspective of can. I can do it if I really want to. Once you have figured out what you want in broad strokes, try to start putting it on paper. Make a list. This will be a draft to start with. Later, once we gather some more information, we will change to what fits us more. But do write a draft. List of my perfect man. List of my perfect woman. I'm serious. Write down everything. Things you would find attractive, things you would really love and admire, things what you would respect, things what your perfect soulmate should have. Everything. Just start writing. Profession if you like, income, interests, how they treat you, what you to talk about, what are your common goals, what are your common passions, how you live, where you live, How do you earn? How much do you earn? What do you do in your free time? Everything. Just start writing. Write it all down. Don't judge anything. Just write it down. Even write down how your everyday life looks like. What would be so attractive in that other person that you cannot wait to go home after work or return from wherever you were traveling to? But be really honest. Think compatibility. What kind of person would the real you be compatible with? And you can burn this letter later if you do not want anyone to see it, but write it honestly. It is for you. And maybe for your grandkids one day as a Christmas tale to tell. But be real, honest, authentic to you and what you want. Even the smallest authentically honest progress each day will bring you more than you have ever dreamed of eventually. Make your list specific, extensive, as if you had a fairy godmother ready to fulfill each of your wishes. Focus on what you want, not on what you do not want. Instead of he should not, think in terms of positives, things he should have or do. I first time wrote my list of a perfect man when I was 15, so don't judge me too harsh, but I had things on there like treats me with utmost respect, tells me the truth, even if I'm the only one. Real and cool, drives a Maserati, long hair, sexy smile, Ivy educated. My first list was like a book in itself, but education and smarts are still one of the most attractive traits in a man for me. I really think I'm a sapiosexual, which is when you are attracted to intellect. I need a stimulating conversationalist and someone who I could learn something from. I have studied myself, so by now I know myself well enough to say which things are a must for me. And it will be very different for every one of us. So just be you. Let yourself dream. Don't hold back. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about this. It only matters what you think about it. Also, men are out there. You can definitely find one or a few. So be picky. Know who you are and do not settle for something that is less than you deserve. Because if a man treats a lady right, it is my firm belief that she can actually fall in love even if she was not that attracted to that man before. When I was a relationship coach, I met many couples like that, many couples. Guys cannot do that. Guys have to like you from the first moment they see you. So it is important for you to look your best if you are on a lookout for a man. I dress up for me. I wear nice things for me. But if I want to attract a man, I would think what I would wear from the perspective of what vibes are you giving him. So always look presentable. Have at least one quality black dress that looks like you could go to a White House with, not to a party. I have nothing against fun, but if you want to attract your true romance, long-term relationships, and a good guy, do not wear clothes that are too revealing. Guys have imagination. They can see it all, don't you worry. Wear modest but nice clothes. For your own good, because if you attract a player and later catch feelings, it will hurt. So be careful. Love yourself enough to have high standards. The right man will wait. And he will treat you with respect and honor that you deserve. But treat guys with respect too. Be respectful, polite, but assertive. Be smart. Think before you say anything. If you really want to wear perfume, do not ever wear a cheap and loud one. He should be only able to smell it if he leans in to whisper something in your ear, not from a 2-meter distance. And remember, I'm not talking about partying here. If you're just looking for fun, fun will find you. That's easy. The hardest part, if you suddenly want your fun only relationship to become something more, because guys usually do not change that drastically. If he thought you were up for a good time, it will not be easy to convince him later that you are a perfect wife and a future mother of his kids' material. because men will treat different ladies differently. I believe they have something like a fun column with all the girl names and then really like wifey material column. The same men will be like two different individuals with girls from whom he just wants fun and girls who he is really interested in. Men can compartmentalize. They do it quite well, actually. So make sure the first time he sees you, you look stunning but modest. Think shy. You don't have to be shy, but so that he starts the conversation and treats you with respect. Think power couple. And let him be the man. Most things most men do are for women, so let him. If there would be no women to impress, most men would just walk around in boxer shorts all day. So let him be the man for you. If he pulls up a chair or opens the door for you, just say thank you and smile. Don't go into, I'm an independent woman. You can leave that for later. At the very beginning, do not give away too much because you are wetting him. You do not want to get too attached to the wrong man. Be more reserved at the beginning, if only to just watch him and listen to how he talks to you, to others. Just listen. You're trying to decide if this guy is the guy from date one and ask him serious questions. If I go on a date with someone, my first date, first question is, what am I doing here? I am trying to establish if he is looking for fun only, but in an indirect manner. So, what am I doing here? If he says something along the lines of hang out, fun, I just want to see where this goes, I'm just going to with the flow, I would not even sit down for dinner. I would just apologize and say that there has been a misunderstanding and leave. Did you notice I said dinner? I usually let a man choose where he takes me for the first date, because that will reveal a lot about how he sees you. If on the first date he takes you to the movies, you cannot really talk. There is no way to actually get to know someone. If it is only for drinks, I would not go either, because when people are drunk, serious questions are just not the right time. For the first date, I would accept a dinner invitation and only, and at least a few days in advance. I'm a busy lady with my own life and I really value respect. So for me, this is really important. But even when we have gotten to the dinner, I stick to one drink and talk. If his replies to my what am I doing here is something along the lines of I'm looking for a girlfriend or I'm looking for someone to start a family with, I would stay and continue talking. I would ask questions that matter to me. And I do not eat or drink too much on the first dates because conversation and his answers are what matters here. This is why your list is so important. You have to know what is it you are actually looking for in a man, to know what kind of questions to ask. If important to you, think faith, family, his relationships with his mom, sisters, other women. Think practical while you still can, while the love bug hasn't caught you yet. Don't sit there gazing in his pretty blue eyes. Think, my lady, think. Ask something that matters to you. Ask everything that really matters. The musts. It is really important for your future self that you stay composed. Think, I am a lady. Be polite and kind, but do not be fake. Try to be as honest, as authentic as you can without giving too much away on the first few dates. You're wetting him, remember. And I can tell you to wait till he loves you to have sex. And if it is not what you believe, you will think it is old-fashioned. But all I want for you to do is to just think about your own future. Respect yourself. Think about your future self. Maybe you're so young now that it seems so far away, but the way you let men treat you is the way they will. And then you will have a bad experience and you will start to think it is hard to find a good man. And that is absolutely not true. Also, men are everywhere. They just don't have the chance to show us. Like the first time he tries to do something gentlemanly, encourage him. Say thank you. Smile. He will do even more. You are letting him know how to treat you from date one. What he chooses to do with that is entirely up to him. But remember, if you don't like how he treats you now, you are not going to like it tomorrow either. So just walk away. There are amazing amounts of men out there who are awesome and will treat their lady like the lady she is. So be a lady. Read, study about manners, class, etiquette. Think about the good life, the best relationship you could possibly have. Men are not difficult to figure out. Just ask the right questions. Think. And if it is hard for you to meet the right guys, really study your own list and think, where would this kind of a guy be? Where would he hang out? Because you also have to be in the right place to meet the man of your dreams. And I would not suggest clubs or bars. I mean like a social group, maybe a place of worship, interest groups, art gallery, a nice restaurant. I'm crazy about cars, so I go to car shows. I would go test drive Maserati or two and so forth. Any social gathering that requires a dress code, I would go to. Even a wine tasting or an art gallery opening. Now, once you are there, mingle. Smile, talk to people. When I just moved to London, I used to go to so many car shows and art galleries. I would just talk to people in a friendly manner. If a man is really interested in you, he will approach you first. But when he does approach you and asks for your number or on a date, don't be shocked. Don't be like, "Oh, you like me." Just say thank you and smile. Of course he likes you. Otherwise, he would not just be asking you out on a date. And be current on the current things, trends, fashion, but always make sure your happiness is based entirely on what is in your control. You do not have to wear the latest fashion if you can't afford it. Even if you can afford the newest Chanel collection, be you. Classy and simple is always a better look than too many fashion brands all in one. I like and wear Chanel and Christian Louboutin, but even a nice, classy black dress is an amazing outfit for almost any occasion. But make sure the dress says going to the White House, not off to the party. Strong, meaningful, lasting relationship will be all about compatibility. So you have to really know yourself to know who you are and who you are compatible to. This is so important. Authenticity, not lying to oneself first, to look for what I would actually really enjoy to my core. And it will not be perfect from the first date. But if both parties work together, any relationship will grow in power and meaning and fulfillment. Our needs are met in a deeper and better way the more we grow and learn. And if you start a first date with talking and real honest conversation, it is not hard to imagine that it will be possible to grow this relationship into something meaningful. You want someone who will respect you, but who you also respect. Not a person who just feeds your ego with compliments, but who actually cares that you have food in your fridge. Don't talk about it just yet, but think about it even before the first date. Make the first dates light, cool, happy, but do ask meaningful questions, just maybe not in a serious matter. Ask it in a flirty, cool manner. He is not on the interview, remember, he is on a date, so just try to be cool and chill, but ask the questions. And he is on a date with you, so shine. Flirt a little if you really like him. Listen to him. Let him speak. You will speak later. First dates, let him speak. The more he speaks, the more he reveals about himself. And you want that on the first dates. You are trying to find out if he could be the one. Chemistry, spark, we can have with many people. Real compatibility is rare. And some men try to look so much better from outside than they actually are, so establish trust from the first dates. Do not be scared of honesty. I would much rather someone tells me honestly how they think than feed me sweet lies. So listen, really listen. Watch him. How he acts with serving staff, how he talks with his mom, how he talks with other men, or how he acts around other hot women. Keep your eyes open. How he acts when he is angry or when he does not get his. Watch him. How he acts around older women, children, dogs, cats, vulnerable people. And in the off chance a man is reading this book, same about your lady. Ask her questions. What matters to you? Ask her about the future plans, career ideas, and watch her in all the situations of life. I think men get infatuated and cannot think clearly sometimes, but in the moments you can, think. And think compatibility. Think, do we fit? He does not have to like the same things or even listen to the same music or eat the same food, but are we compatible? And I was raw vegan for 2 years, I know. At the time, I was dating a meat eating Swedish man, and it was not easy for me. But now I'm on keto myself, so things change. And many things will change throughout the course of your relationship, even. So think about compatibility in a practical way. If I am vegan and he eats meat, for example, my example, I was vegan. So he would take me to vegan restaurants. He would even cook for me vegan things. He respected my choices. Although he was meat eating, the big muscle guy, I respected his. We do not have to be the same person. That is close to impossible. We will not have the same beliefs on everything. But look on how he deals with you when you do not agree. Disagree respectfully, but watch if he is showing you the same respect in return. And I have coached people long enough to be able to argue both sides. So I do not have a problem if you disagree with me. Just articulate it well. I might even agree later. Be stronger for who you are. Insecure people are not strong yet. So if you are insecure in any way, grow your confidence in that thing you are insecure about. At one point, I was not secure in speaking on stage, so I joined voluntary speaking engagements. I was even traveling, coaching students in schools about relationships and how to find the one. I was doing it while insecure. I practiced. Now I can talk while I'm sleeping. I suspect I am actually. Same with everything. Whatever you are insecure about, practice in a non-threatening matter with a crowd that will encourage and support you. Money is a good example. I have wrote my short story about money in my book 002, How to Always Have Money. And it is short because it is so simple. Budget. Write down every incoming and outgoing, every single penny. Then save 6 months of expenses. Then save 10% in a good growth mutual fund for your future. Then save 10% in a private pension. The younger you start, the richer you will be later, remember. Then save for your house. And last, save for education or future assets. Easy 5 steps. And there is a confidence trick to it. And that is the number one. Once you have even the first few months of your outgoings saved, you already feel stronger. And I don't borrow, never had credit cards. But if you have any debt of any kind, pay it off. Because you will feel so much more confident with money once you have practiced keeping some of it, not spending it all. I always say we can always spend it later. So save, grow your money confidence. You can grow out of insecurity in any area of your life in the same manner. Learn more about what you do and how to do it. And then practice. Adjust and practice again until it works. Being a lady, for example, or proper manners in each situation. Learn, study, dress sense of a lady, what to wear for what occasion, how to speak in a manner that is light but assertive. Learn and practice. When I was little, I used to eat everything with chopsticks at one point because I knew I will dine in a very fancy Japanese restaurant where I will need to feel comfortable with chopsticks. I also used to walk in heels everywhere at one point just to learn how to walk in a gracious manner while in heels. And shoes have to be comfortable, but they can also look pretty at the same time. Buy a good quality pair of shoes. The feeling is different. You see, you can borrow confidence. Guys do it all the time. Car boosts a guy's confidence. He has borrowed a little bit of confidence from the car, or the house, or the Xenia suit. He feels stronger because he's wearing that suit or driving that car. You can do it too. Walk in quality heels, and your confidence is already a level higher. Same with a nice dress, or one drop of a really expensive perfume. Wear minimal but quality makeup. Smile more. Speak with a deeper voice. And you can be Miss Independent if you so wish. Just we do not have that much time on the first dates. We have to learn about him more. Then, once we have established he's a good guy and worth more of our time, we can start talking more about you. And it might sound weird, but I don't even kiss a guy on the first few dates. Maybe a little peck, but not a full-on kiss. Save that for later. If you're looking for something real and long-lasting, he will wait. Then, once you have gotten past the hurdle of the first few dates, and he still looks perfect on paper and in practical life, now we can go to movies or any activity he likes. This is still a process of getting to know each other, but you can relax a little bit more now. Always look your best, but you are relaxed now, not so reserved as in the first few dates. I love deep conversations, so this is where I would talk more about future and life ideas, career plans. I like when a man has a plan for his future because then I can clearly see if I fit in it or not, or if his fits in mine. The incompatibility of future plans, careers, ideas of how to live, where to live, what to do with your free time, etc. If you are past this stage and you're in flying colors and he has not told you he loved you yet, inquire about his parents or family and see if he invites you to see them. If you have never met any of his friends or family, that has to be fixed because you want to see him in his natural habitat. Do not invite yourself over. Just inquire, where do your parents live? Or how are they? See if he invites you. Try not to force things. Let him lead. If he really wants long-term relationship with you, commitment will not be a problem for him. Sometimes a man gets confused. He says he wants commitment, but he does not follow up with action. That actually would tell me that while he might think he wants commitment, he actually does not, or he does not want to commit to you. And if it is the later, the sooner you find out, the better. And I will let the man pay for dates. I will buy him a birthday or a celebration gift, but a small symbolic one. And I have money. I do it because he has already thought about having a family. And that is not going to be cheap. So let him feel like a provider. Later on, once you actually have marriage and family, you will share everything, money included. But don't rush into it. I have been with very wealthy men, but it goes both ways. His money is his money. Do not request extra expensive gifts if you are not committed to each other. Paying for dates is one thing, but be careful and be respectful to the man if you really think he could be the one. Treat him well. Respect goes both ways. If you do not respect him, it will be hard to build a really strong, lasting relationship. Now, on the other hand, if respect is there and he commits to you, this relationship could be almost magic. Imagine if you're really you, authentic and real, and he loves you, flaws and all, and he respects you, and you respect him. Now, if you grow together in such harmony, it will feel truly magic. My wish to you is that you truly experience this kind of harmony and love and respect, that you know how it is to be treated like a lady you are, that you marry the man you love, and your love and respect only grows in meaning and fulfillment. Because I know you can. I know it is possible. And once you do, let me know. Or write a book about it. Write a book about how you found your one. Share with someone. We need to hear more stories like this. We need to hear your story. With all my love and respect, find your one and live happily ever after.